Hi, let's talk about fashion in empty. Talk about fashion during the Great Depression in the 1930s. What exactly happens when there is no money, when the banks are closed, when everywhere is dry, where there's serious economic meltdown, family lost their homes, their jobs, their businesses, everything. They lost their meals. What happens to fashion? Does it just disappear? Does it evolve? Does it fade away? What is the problem? What will happen? What do you think might happen? And when you have nothing, everything you have becomes everything. That is the story of fashion in 1930s. This was a moment of depression. The stock market broke down and there was economic meltdown everywhere. In rural America, women would sew feed sack as clothing for themselves and their family. A woman will literally go to the grocery, not just to buy things to eat, but to buy feed sack, what we know as upcycling now, but then it was just a necessity and survival. Fashion then was a means of survival, and people still try to look so good, because it was a means of saying, no matter what the economic hardship is saying, I'm still here. Women who couldn't afford new clothing will buy maybe an accessory, a brooch, a new collar, or a new hat. Men would press their clothes properly. Hollywood was just like a means of escape for people at the time. People would go to the film house even with their last penny to just go and watch some actresses and actors like Joan Crawford and actors like Clan Gabo, just to see actresses on bias cut dresses and glamorous outfits. Bias cut dressing was made popular at this era, and Vioni designed bias cut dresses that would create a body hugging shape for the wearer, and this was one means of expressing resistance at the era. Do you know that it was really that tough that even when people's clothes tore, even when coats tore and needed to be amended at this era, people would use newspaper just to cover the torn part? It was that bad. Women would give their skirt as shit to their children. Pass down was a normal thing at the time. There was so much creativity, crafty, repurposing of outfits and all. It was bad. But thank God, fashion still lived. Fashion still survived. Simplicity was just magnified at the time. And this brought to mind that fashion is not just luxury in plenty. Fashion is what we term it to be. Fashion is the meaning we pass on to it. Fashion brought hopes to a lot of people at this time. People will go to the film house not just to watch the actors and actresses, but just to sketch out what they are seeing on the TV, because it created a kind of hope and dream of fantasy for them. I hope you've learned something today. Now you know that fashion is not just about wearing something very expensive, it's what you make out of it. So on our next episode, we will be talking about how fashion survived. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you've learned something. Please like and follow for more. Thank you.